Hi everyone, my name's Terry Blackburn. I'm a property investor and developer from Newcastle upon Tyne. Today we're outside my latest purchase in South Shields, which is a seaside town just outside of Newcastle. Great tourism area, loads of demand for B&Bs around this area. So this place behind me is, it was a 7-bed B&B where the owner actually used to live here and manage it as a B&B, as a guest house. I spotted a bit of an opportunity to try and automate it. I'm certainly not living there, I know that much. I'm not going to live there, I don't want to manage it. I want to try and automate it the best I can. So it's going to be a 9-bed, all-en-suite Airbnb, where we're rented out per room on all the basic channels, the booking.com, the Airbnb, etc. So I'll show you inside if you want to have a look. So in one of the bedrooms here in the guest house, so how I actually found this one was at an auction. Good friend of mine works at the auction house and he told us there's a cracking property in South Shields, probably want to have a look at. So went in, chatted to the lady, give her a spiel. I'm a salesman at the end of the day, so give her a bit patter. Got to know she was actually a really nice lady. Found out what she wanted for it, found out why she wanted to sell it, and kind of used that to come to an agreement at a price that she was happy with and I was more than happy with as well. Standard auction terms, it was 56-day completion. Had to pay 10% on the day plus an auction fee, but 56-day completion was a little bit challenging, but we got there using bridge and finance. So yeah, that's how I purchased this property. So I'm in one of the double bedrooms here, as you can see, in the guest house. So if you're wondering why there's off-made furniture behind us, Furnish My Property, great company by the way, couldn't speak highly enough of them, are doing all of the furniture in all of the 8 bedrooms, all of the 7 bedrooms. They're going to do the other 2 at a later date. But that's why everything's a bit up in the air. There's more IKEA boxes than I've ever seen in my life in this property right now, but seeing it's going to be done in a couple more days. So that's the stage that we're kind of at. It didn't need any structural work, any major works. The only real thing it needed was nice high-end furniture to stand out in the street. If you look at how I funded the property, so I do own a mortgage broker, so we do have obviously a good handle on the mortgage market and what we can do, what we can't do. Done a 75% LTV bridge, so 25% deposit, 12-month bridge. Soon as the work is done, I will refinance at the higher value of 75% of that. So I think with the numbers, I think I will be able to release pretty much all of my funds. That's the cost of refurb, solicitors fees and deposit on this one. So it's a really good deal. Full money in, full money out if it all goes to plan, using bridge and finance. So in one of the smallest bedrooms here in the guest house, if we're talking about strategy, there could have been quite a few different strategies on this one. So when I originally viewed it, I initially thought HMO all day long. It had 7 ensuite bedrooms. There's options to get the extra 2, because we're going to make it a 9-bed once it's fully done. Original strategy was going to be HMO. Found out it was in an Article 4 area, probably going to be challenging on this street to do. There was a strategy to convert it into 3 flats, but I did decide on at the end of the sort of thought process, when I decided, it mapped everything out, decided what's going to be most profitable and best for me. We decided on letting it out on a per room, per night basis on Airbnb with a managing agent to manage all of that. So they'll manage all of the ins and outs, the cleaning, the check-ins, the check-outs, everything that's needed. That's definitely the most profitable strategy. I was nearly put off by it actually, because I rang quite a few different managing agents and a lot of them said it's too big of a job. 7, 8, 9 bedrooms, whatever it's going to end up. All of the check-ins and the check-outs and the cleaning of something of that size is going to be a bit of a headache. But I managed to find a company that would. So that's the strategy. That's why we're kitting it out really nice. That's why we're putting really nice furniture in to stand out. Lovely high-end photos on Airbnb to beat the competition. And the good news is though, if that doesn't work, think it will. If it doesn't, I've got plenty of strategies to fall back on. So that is the strategy. So in terms of exit on this one, once all of the work is done, I'm going to refinance up to 75% of the new value. I'm hoping for a decent uplift. That'll be the exit to get my money back out straight into the next project. And obviously we've talked about the different strategies going forward. Once we've got the money back out, it's the Airbnb. If that doesn't work, we can go down to HM or even the flat situation. I think that's the wisest move on this one, most profitable, and it's something different, new and exciting for me as well. So yeah. So this is the largest double bedroom in the property on the 3rd floor. If we look at the numbers on this one, if everything goes to plan, it's probably the most profitable deal out of, knocking on 50 now, probably the most profitable deal that I've ever done. So we bought this one for 200,000 at auction, as I mentioned. 2 weeks before we actually complete, one about 10 doors down has just went on the market for 350,000, and it's not even as nice as this, and it's smaller square footage. My understanding is there's been offers over 300 for that one, so got a massively below market value. Once we've done all this work to it, I'm going to try my luck at a valuation of 400, so double the value of the property within the space of probably 3 to 4 months. If we look at the monthly numbers, the previous owner had rented this out on booking.com mainly for anything between 65 and 85 quid per night. I'm going to put this on for, once it's done, anything from 85 to 100 pounds per night. So even if you work off 50% occupancy, which I'd look to achieve more, so 50% of the month all rooms are occupied, which is conservative I think, at 80 quid a night, if I've got my numbers right, it's about just under 10 grand. There's then the apartment situation downstairs, so the 1 or 2 bedroom apartment which has a kitchen and a living room and things, will let that as well on Airbnb. That could easily achieve 100 to 110 per night. So again, being very conservative on my numbers, I'm looking to probably gross in the region of 11,000 per month. On a purchase price of 200k, refurb's only going to be about 25 grand. Hence why it's going to be probably the best property in my portfolio if it all goes to plan. So below market value, great net monthly. The net month gross might, I'm hoping for 11. Net monthly after management, cleaning, mortgage, insurance, everything that comes with it, looking at probably in the region of 6 per month. So you can add that up yourself, but it's a decent return. So that's the numbers. So we're in the top floor, we're on the top floor in the guest house here. This is one of the smaller rooms, but it's quite a quirky little room with a nice window, plenty of light coming through. So if I look at the challenges of this one, there was quite a few. I'll give you some of them. It was an auction purchase, as I mentioned, so it's 56-day completion. So they are pretty strict on that because it's auction terms. You exchange on the day, so as soon as you put your auction fee down and you pay your deposit, you've exchanged, and you have to complete within 56 days. I think it was just a bit over 2 weeks, so on 70 something days anyway. It's 2 weeks over the deadline. But because of that, the vendor's onward purchase nearly fell through. She was very, very demanding, probably is a nicer way to put it, with me. Texts daily, multiple phone calls daily. What's going on? Why isn't this complete? I'm worried. Her solicitor was saying that our onward purchase was going to pull, and to add to that, the person who's selling the one on the street put that up for 350. I'd paid 200 for this. I was thinking, is she going to be thinking, like, if I pull here and I back out, yes, she'll get a few charges, but she could potentially sell it for a bit more. So pretty stressful time that, thinking I'm on the verge of getting an amazing deal here, and she's threatening to pull every day for 2 weeks, and then someone puts a property on the market nearly twice the price on the same street, which isn't as nice. So that was definitely a challenge. Another big challenge was The previous owner had a booking.com account. She'd kept accepting bookings right up until the day of completion. So I was asking her, who are the bookings, when are the bookings, I need to know this, and she kept saying, yeah, I'll do it, I'll get my daughter to send you them. Never got sent until about 3 days after a complete. We're complete on a Friday, guests turned up on the Friday when I didn't know about, so I had to let these people in. I had to get my staff to come and let these people in. We then found out we had 148 bookings for the rest of the year, which we have to honour, but there's certain times that we couldn't honour them because I'm refurbing it as I am now. The previous owner said she wasn't prepared to contact all these people, so then what I had to do was I had to get my sales team to ring 148 guests and explain to them it's under new ownership, you need to cancel your booking with the previous owner and rebook with us. As you can imagine, a lot of these people thought we were full of shit. They thought we were lying and trying on and all sorts of things. People were kicking off saying, you know, I'm coming for our friend's wedding, I need to be reassured that I'm definitely staying there. It was just a nightmare. You can imagine people get a bit emotional with things like this. People were staying for multiple reasons, family events, weddings and all sorts. So that was a massive challenge amongst, but they're probably the main two challenges I would say with this one. Definitely a learning curve. So the key lessons on this one, there was a few, but just to highlight a couple of the relevant ones I think that will help people. Utilise your network. So on this deal, when I was negotiating the price and things with the owner, I ran the deal past a few different people. Charlie Sullivan, part of the Prosperity Network, was one of them. Ran the deal past them. What do you think? What strategy would you do? Where's your head at with this one? Just running it past people. Sometimes there's a bit of a sounding board, I think, is relevant and important for people to do. If you're ever unsure on a strategy, or if you just want a second opinion, I think there's no harm in doing that. So I spoke to Charlie, we discussed the HMO situation, the flat situation, and then the strategy that we're doing, which is the Airbnb model, the SA stuff. So Charlie actually also recommended a managing agent. We didn't actually use that one, I used a different one, but I had a good chat with the one that he recommended, and got some good advice. So the key lesson here is just to utilise your network. Think outside the box. If you've got multiple exits, that's a good thing. Use your network and just speak to people and bounce ideas off them and see what they think, because they might come up with a different strategy that you couldn't think of or didn't think of, or it's always just good to run it past other people, I think. So that's the main one. Other lesson would probably be, I wouldn't have got too friendly with, I suppose there's pros and cons of getting friendly with the vendor. I got it at a good price, but I also got hounded for 14 days in a row or whatever it was. With text messages, and it added quite a bit of stress at the time. So there's a lesson there to be careful by getting vendors' details and getting them, getting too friendly with them, I think. Multiple exits we've talked about, and I think that's probably the main lessons on this one. Think outside the box, utilise your network, and think twice, or be cautious when you're speaking to vendors and giving your phone number out. So this is the hallway of the guest house. Let's explain what's going to happen in this room. This was the lady who owned its living room, but I'll show you what we're going to do in here. So this room that we're in at the moment, this was the living room of the lady who ran this B&B. So because no one's going to be living here, it's all just going to be guests, I need to maximise the space. So we're going to convert this living room into another ensuite bedroom. So there's 7 ensuite bedrooms, which I'll show you in a sec, but this is going to be the 8th, or the first, whichever way you look at it, bedroom. So over here I'm going to put a ensuite, so running it off here, in there, nice double bed over here, keep the fireplace, it'll be a really nice space, big nice window at the front of the property as well. Good thing as well for refurb costs, we've got a toilet above there as well, so we can simply run the waste and the drainage, the water down the wall, out the back, out the front, whichever way the drain goes. So it's not even going to cost that much to put the ensuite in. Budget of probably 3k to get that in there. So this will be 1 bedroom. And over here, again, the lady who did live here, this was her living space and this was her bedroom. So I'm going to block this wall off because that will just be one entrance into a bedroom, if that makes sense. But I'll show you around the corner and we'll pull the rest of it together so you can see the layout. So as I mentioned, this is going to be one lettable bedroom with an ensuite. Then all of this downstairs part where the lady used to live, we're going to make into a 1/2 bed apartment. Again, advertised on Airbnb, but let's show you a bit about the layout and what I'm going to do and why I'm going to do it. So we'll go through here. This is going to be the main entrance into here. Excuse the mess because we are putting all the furniture in. So Furnish My Property, you've got all the wonderful things here. But this area here is going to be the living room. So we've got a nice TV on the wall. We're going to have a nice big sofa along here, loads of colour. Yeah, pull it in, nice big rug all the way through, just really warm, friendly colours I think is the plan here. So we've then got a kitchen in here. I'm not going to even change the kitchen, I don't think there's any need. It's functional, it's got everything that it needs. It doesn't need to be high end, you know, and everything's absolutely fine. It's not you know, it's not battered or anything like that. It's just a little bit dated. So I'm gonna leave the kitchen the way it is. I'll show you through here as well. So living room, as I mentioned, we've then got a little sunroom here. So I'm thinking just nice big TV on the wall, nice sofa bed maybe, just as a bit of a chill out area. People have got kids, just a really light space I think is all I need in here. And this is going to be the proper bedroom with the ensuite. So this is where the lady who used to live here, this is where she slept. So we're going to have a nice bed in here. Furnish My Property are going to do all of this as well. They're going to come back on a different date, get it all painted and all kitted out. Nice ensuite in there. Again, doesn't need change, absolutely fine. And then over here, that's the living room that we've already showed you, so that'll be blocked up. And then in that hallway where we came in, there'll just be a door here. So as I mentioned, there's nothing really, you know, there's no huge structural or huge refurb needed in this one. It's just spec it out a lot better upstairs, nice paint, nice furniture. We're literally moving, we're blocking up that door, we're putting a door there, and we're kitting it out nice. So probably total refurb's only probably going to be 25k. And I'll talk about the uplift in value a little bit later on, but that's the 2-bed apartment downstairs. So thanks for watching, that's it. If you want more updates, please follow us on Instagram, which is Terry Blackburn Property. We're going to be doing loads of updates. The 7 bedrooms upstairs will be done, Finish My Property say tomorrow, and they'll be coming back in probably a month or so's time to finish the downstairs part. Prosperity Network are going to come back and do a part 2, as in the finished product, so you can see what that's like. There'll probably be more challenges, more things to learn, more key lessons, which I'll share with you. So hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah, stay tuned for more.
1 sec wonder, let's go.
No bloopers. Yeah, boy.